I'm frightened for you.
I don't want to cause you any trouble, Elena. Maybe I shouldn't have told you about my father.
Alex, I'll be fine. It's you I'm worried about. What if whoever's after your father is after you?
I'm a call girl, okay?
What?
I said I was a damn call girl.
But that's impossible. How can you be a hooker?
Yeah, I'm sorry about the misunderstanding. But thank you for wanting to include me in the article. You know, I could still do a photo shoot. Oh, I see. Who? Daniela Scali? Yeah, I know her well. No, she's an excellent choice. Yeah. Well, thank you for wanting to have me a part of it. Yes. Goodbye. Chris, har du sagt till South Beach Magazine att inte jag var tillgänglig för en intervju?
Ja, för att du var inte hemma då.
Jag måste väl ha missförstått.
Varför var det så viktigt för?
Det har varit kul att vara med. Det handlar om spokesmodels.
Men jag är inte intresserad av att prata med dig om din karriär. Okej? Jag har lite andra saker på tankarna. Till exempel min pappa.
Förlåt. Jag menar inte vara okänslig.
Du, jag vet inte ens väl han lever. Och den du tänker på, det är för att du är med någon jävla tidning eller inte.
Ja, men anledningen till att jag vill prata med dig, det är ju för att prata om Stefan.
Men jag vill inte prata med dig om något. Du ljög för mig.
Nej, jag ljög inte. Nej, Chris, det gjorde jag inte. Jag kunde inte säga sanningen. Det är inte samma sak.
Det är precis samma sak. Du visste hela tiden att han levde, men du sa ingenting till mig. Om någonting har hänt honom, tänker jag aldrig förlåta dig.
Gabby, I wanted to see how you're doing.
I'm trying to keep everything in perspective. I think that's what my mother would have wanted.
Sure, you're right. I heard they attributed her death to accidental drowning, and that you requested a second autopsy.
Yes. Why?
It's just, please don't take this the wrong way, but wouldn't it have been better to put some closure to this?
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Right, I understand. But what you don't understand is what you're doing to the rest of the family, which is also perfectly understandable. Anyway, Lucas is pretty torn up about it.
Well, for the record, I'm sick of worrying how the Devons feel. I'm the one who lost my mother here.
I didn't mean any disrespect, Gabby.
Then why don't you stop delivering messages for the Devons? That is, if you want us to get along.
I took the liberty of having my things moved back into the house. course, it's just temporarily, until I can see you through this terrible time.
Catherine, I'm fine, just fine. But thank you for your consideration.
So, is it true that Jamie O'Keefe has refused to release Anne's body?
Yes, unfortunately.
Well, the man has waited a long time to settle the score with you.
So what's up with you not answering your phone?
What are you talking about?
I called you like a dozen times last night, but you never picked up.
Oh. Sorry.
So did you go over Kayla's?
Yeah.
And?
And didn't you call her last night, too?
Yeah, I did. And she's pulling the same trip you did.
Yeah. Well, she was kind of sick.
So did you talk to her about her transcripts?
No. I didn't get the chance.
Okay, well, is she all right?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
What do you mean, you guess?
Look, I gotta get going. So, can we talk about this later?
Okay.
Take it easy.
I keep thinking about what Catherine said about Anne not being such a saint when it comes to the opposite sex.
Catherine Devon is a great one to talk.
Yeah, well, it takes one to know one. But, you know, if it's true, I mean, how much of a stretch is it for Martin Devon to get all hot and bothered enough to commit murder?
Sounds like Gumshoe 101 to me.
Right. Crime of passion, open and closed textbook case. Except for one thing.
What's that?
It's almost too predictable. I've been talking to Lucas Devon, and he has this totally different scenario about the Devons being targets.
Like maybe somebody set them up.
Maybe.
And maybe the Devons are all in it together doing a real snow job setting you up. You ever think of that?
If you're referring to what I think you are, drop it.
I would love to. But Jamie O'Keefe is another story. A wife for a wife. Isn't that some sort of blue-collar commandment?
Lay off, Catherine. The past is dead.
That's what Jack thought. But somehow it still managed to rear its ugly head. Now, I, for one, would prefer if history didn't repeat itself.
Damn it, woman. I just want to bury my wife and try to get on with whatever's left of my life.
And I couldn't agree more. But it's not as easy as all that. And in case you hadn't noticed, there is another obstacle in your path.
And that would be?
Gabby Hamilton. Remember her? Your loving stepdaughter? Put her and Jamie O'Keefe together and they'll have a feast feeding on their mutual hatred of you. Now, call me crazy, but I see that as a definite problem. One that could bring the Devons to their knees.
I think you're over-dramatizing just a bit.
I think that you need to handle this immediately.
How do you propose I handle this?
Fire Gabby Hamilton.
never meant to trivialize your feelings, Gabby. Losing one parent must be hard enough. Losing two under such unfortunate circumstances must be agonizing.
Then why are you defending the Devons? I mean, what's in it for you? A promotion? I'm sorry. I didn't have the right to say that.
Apology accepted. This isn't about gain. The Devons, especially Martin, have been very good to me. I know Martin's in a lot of pain right now, as are you. I can only speculate as to think he probably felt the same way about Jack's tragic accident. But you probably know more about that than I do.
I do. And I know that Martin Devon betrayed my father.
I'm pretty sure I'm onto something here, kid. You just sit tight. If my gut's right, and it usually is, especially when my agita level's this low, I might get you a lot more than you bargained for. What do you mean? I'm starting to realize this whole thing is a lot bigger than either of us ever thought.
Mind if I sit down?
Can I do anything to stop you?
You don't have to do this.
And what's that, kid?
Treat me like I'm some kind of leper?
No. I should just forget about the fact that you've been lying to me since the day I met you.
Do you have any idea how hard that's been for me?
For you? I'm the one who made out with a hooker.
I already told you, I'm not.
Yeah. You're not a hooker. That makes a huge difference.
I thought if I finally told you the truth, you might understand.
Understand what? That you're a call girl? You gotta be kidding me. So what now, Kayla? Huh? Is this when we're in the moment when you break down and I break down and we leave laughing all the way home? Sorry. I don't work that way.
Do you even care that I finally opened the envelope? I'm not sick.
Congratulations.
Please.
Hey, Lindy. Hello. So, did you ever hear about that catalog job in Spain? What is not crystal here? You and I are just you and I. There's no more us. Would you give me a break? Excuse me? Look, this ain't England, and you're no queen. So why don't you just drop the attitude and get over it? Since when did you develop a backbone? Since you dropped out of the picture. Oh, no. I didn't drop out of any picture. I kept you out of focus. You know, if you want Alex this bad, maybe I'll actually convince him to take you out sometime. Yeah, right. Like you have him wrapped around your little finger? Is that why he left you high and dry the other night? Excuse me? But you didn't think I'd find out about him ditching you at the main squeeze?
He didn't ditch me.
I'm sorry, that's right. In order to be ditched, the person has to show up in the first place, which he didn't bother to do. Yeah, Lena, I think Alex is totally crazy about you.
Frankly, Catherine, I don't have a problem with Gabby. In fact, I think she's a pretty good kid.
Oh, I especially loved the comments she made about you and the son.
She just lost her mother, for God's sakes. I remember how she used to go fishing with Jack and I up on the lake. She was just this feisty little wisp of a thing. She used to snuggle in between us in that rickety old boat. God, Jack used to love that boat.
Right about now, Gabby Hamilton is getting ready to sink that boat. I'm serious. If you don't take decisive steps to get Gabby out of our lives, you'll live to regret it. She's practically got her claws into Lucas already.
I don't know. If I was Gabby, I'd probably hate me too.
Oh, please. She's just a chip off the old block. It's the truth. You never could see Anne for what she really was. But I, for one, am not going to stand by and let her daughter take over where she left off. If you don't do something about Gabby, I will.
Martin and my father were not as close as Martin led everyone to believe.
I thought they were best friends.
In the beginning, maybe. But I could tell that he started to distance himself, especially right before he died.
Any particular reason?
My father found out the truth. He figured Martin Devon was using him.
That's really hard for me to believe, knowing Martin.
Yeah, well, you know what he wants you to know. I mean, Jack Hamilton had a lot of influence in Washington. You don't think Martin Devon would use that? How else would he get his product approved so that he could beat out the competitors?
That's a pretty heavy accusation, especially if there's any truth to it.
I'm sure it's true.
But you don't have any proof.
Not concrete, Ian. Listen, I know you're doing your job here, but I suggest you stay out of this.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to pry. Actually, I was thinking of Anne. Gabby, I know you're upset, and I certainly understand why. But do you really hate the Devons that much that you want to see your mother's body desecrated with a second autopsy?
My mother would have wanted me to find out what really happened. And that's what I plan on doing. Thanks for your concern, though.
I should have some answers for you later on. That is, if you don't mind getting a call in the middle of the night.
Middle of the night? Shouldn't you be counting your second flock of sheep by night?
Yeah, well, I figure live a little. Take a walk on the wild side, huh? Maybe I got a hot date.
Get out of here. You got a date?
What, you think you're the only stud in this town?
Okay, what am I missing here?
Just chill out, Lucas. Isn't that what you cool guys say?
Yeah.
You worry too much. Trust me, I got everything under control. I said stop worrying.
Just be careful, okay, Patterson?
Hey, it's Jerry, okay? And thanks for the concern. You got a good heart. Just don't let anyone go tell you different.
Hey, little brother. Where you been hiding yourself?
I'll be in touch.
Who's that, your new boyfriend?
Cute.
As usual, Lindy, you have no clue what you're talking about. Oh, really? Then I guess you like to sit at the main squeeze all by yourself, staring at the door like a lovesick little puppy dog? No, but I'm sure that's the way you like to imagine it. Just as I thought. You have no clue how to make a guy happy.
Sorry, Lindy, you know, but not all of us could afford that big for sale sign tattooed on our forehead.
I can't believe I ever pitied you.
Why don't you start pitying yourself? Because I don't think there's a single guy in the entire school who would ever want to be seen with you again.
Really? Then you obviously...
Then I what? Haven't heard how Dylan hates you so much he doesn't even want to look at you? Or how you probably paid Raider to go through Kayla's locker?
What the hell are you talking about?
Oh, don't play all innocent with me. I saw him do it. And I'm sure it'll take him like 2 seconds to tell anyone waving spare change in his face that you put him up to it.
The girl has an imagination. And before, the only thing I thought you did okay was make me look good.
Well, Lindy, that was quite clever. And before, I thought the only thing you did well was tan. Oh well, once you're expelled, I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to do that.
Ooh, honey, you look like you're having one hell of a day.
Yeah, well, life sucks.
Look, Lindy, honey, please calm down. Tell me what's wrong.
Well, first of all, Dylan hates me. Elena's a slut and my life is falling apart. Other than that, it's all peachy.
Well, what is it that you'd like to know?
This and that. Like, for starters, who paid you to keep Lucas Devon in bed the morning of the car crash?
What? Are you some kind of cop or something?
Actually, no.
No, don't even bother.
Who paid you to set up Lucas, Karen?